Hey, what's up, guys? Just coming in on this beautiful Thursday night. I am currently, of course, in a hotel in Virginia right now. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get back home in time for this. We're going to go ahead and just start off real quick with a beard fact, and then we're going to jump into some fun stuff. Our guest tonight, of course, we'll go over as well. But real quick, fun beard fact. So the Russian Tsar, Peter the Great, actually didn't like beards. So because of this, he actually imposed a tax on them. Russian noblemen who choose to wear beards during Peter's reign had to pay a hefty price just to carry around a beard license. I'm not going to lie, that'd be kind of crazy if we had to do that nowadays. Luckily, we don't live in that kind of world, although I would love to find one. So if anybody's ever finds a picture of the beard license, send it to the page. Let me take a look at it because that sounds kind of cool. Our guest tonight, guys, is going to be Scott Hanty. He is the international president for Mad Viking. And we are going to do a little bit of recap of Monsters Ball, and then we're going to kind of get into a little bit of his story and talk about how he came about, which I know I had him on the show a few weeks back with Maryland, Delaware, which is the chapter that he belongs to for Mad Viking. But we want to kind of get in there and talk a little more solo. But first, we were able to kind of compile a video and montage for Monsters Ball, and we're going to go ahead and run it. I want to see what you guys think. Here it is. What's up, guys? It's Ray from Mad Viking Beard Club in Kentucky, also the host of Bearding Without Borders. And we are on site in beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this weekend for, of course, Mad Viking's Monsters Ball. Now, each year there are hundreds of competitions all around the world, but in the States, there's only one competition that runs right around Halloween. And everybody knows on the East, if you want to do a beard comp right at the time of Halloween, there's no other place than Monsters Ball. This is the 9th year that we've been able to do Monsters Ball and raise money for the Pennsylvania Children's Hospital and work with the Semper Fi Fund. And we've tried it at different venues. Pandemic, of course, kind of threw things off, but we still stayed strong. We still were able to raise money for a good cause. But this year, we are at the Thunderbird Cafe, right in the heart of downtown. It's a great music venue, but the big point is it was able to give us a great place to get all of our family together. No matter what club you're with or who you affiliate with, we are a family. So with that, if you've never been to a Monsters Ball, there's nothing else like it. If you don't believe me, you should just check it out for yourself. Follow me.
Monsters Ball. It's UPMC Children's Hospital, Pittsburgh. That's what we do this every year for.
Ryan Hurst here. So I wanted to personally thank you all for coming out to Mad Viking's Monsters Ball and for supporting the Children's Hospital. Sorry I couldn't be there. I'm filming right now, but I'm here to announce the next category, and that is full beard, natural, 0 through 4. You got it.
Sasquatch, you know the deal with Sasquatch. The bigger the beard, the hairier the ass, the better we like it. Sasquatch is just hypertrichosis, right? It's just hair everywhere. These boys can't help it. 3 categories. Oh, that makes sense. Coming out in his first of 3 categories, which is fucking awesome. Number 74, Andrew Orton.
Hands up! Live by the X!
All right. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, let us know. Good evening, Kyle. See you pop in here while the video was going live. Big shout out, of course, to Jason Seeland, Jason Hall, everybody at Mad Viking Beard Co. for helping get this event put on, as well as Mad Viking Pennsylvania and everybody that got involved, the judges, the MCs, Thunderbird Cafe, of course. And as we said there, our guest tonight is Mr. Scott Hanty. We're going to go ahead and bring him on now and get this kind of kicking up. So, Scott, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Ray?
Oh, man, it's a lovely day in Virginia. So,
What part of Virginia?
I am in a little town called Norton, Virginia. It's actually this whole little area here is there's like 5 little cities kind of all attached, but they, like it's Wise County is what it's called. Michael C. Scott is actually from here.
Okay.
I think he was the guy from Dexter and whatnot.
Sure.
He's actually they got a big sign when you go into downtown that says, home of Michael C. Scott. I don't know.
We like to go up to the Shenandoah Valley area, usually around Courtney's birthday time.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to actually get out here and do some of the trails in this area. And
There's
I
good
haven't had a
trails, and
chance to yet.
there's a lot of nice cabin Airbnbs with like a hot tub and just like a little like out in the middle of nowhere kind of cabin, fireplace. So we just get away from the kids for the weekend and chill there.
I don't blame you, man. That's kind of an ideal thing. Luckily, me and Haley kind of just had that trip ourselves just to kind of get away from everything. It ended up spending part of it with you guys, and we were very, very happy to do so. So
We enjoyed your company.
I see you're in my bedroom. That's where I'm.
Yes.
So down in the Mad Cave, I love the flag in the background, of course.
Yep.
So I do got to ask right off the bat. Not going to go into details, but how's Courtney doing?
She's doing well. She's upstairs. She was released at about 3:00 today or 2:30 or something like that. Caden's home for the weekend, and her aunts are in town to take care of her because she didn't want me to turn down. I got asked to be a judge at Beards Away in Virginia Beach this weekend, and she didn't want me to miss it. So,
well, that's awesome.
we tried to reschedule shit so that she could go, and her surgery would be after it, but like it would have meant she would have had to wait like 2 more months or something like that. So we couldn't do that.
Well, congratulations on getting to go down to Beards Away and judge. I guess you're taking out tomorrow then.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna take off from work unless Courtney needs something from me to bring to her. But other than that, I'll probably just roll straight out from work. I'll be packed to go just in case. So.
Oh yeah. So like we said in the video, and I just wanted to bring that back up real quick. We raised $31,702 with Monsters Ball. I thought it was a great turnout, even though the venue was kind of smaller, I'm guessing, from what I've heard from the past. But I thought it was a great time. The people that were able to get out there, it turned into a big family reunion, even with the people that you'd never met before, like immediately welcoming us in his family. It was everything that we've talked about in the past about Mad Love being what it is.
Lots of open arms and hugs and nothing but love.
A little bit of debauchery in there somewhere, but
oh yeah, no doubt. It wouldn't be a Monsters Ball if there wasn't a little bit of that.
So getting into it, and I know I sent you kind of the list of questions earlier, and I know part of your story. Actually, I know most of your story, and I'm grateful that I have. But just in case people couldn't hear us in the last run, how did you get into the bearding community?
Well, when I actually got into it was kind of a long story, because it started with Jason Hall, but it started when we were kids. We lived about I don't know, half a block or so from each other. He was my first stop in the morning, and out of our like group of friends that we ran around town with, and I want to say it was from like first grade to like seventh grade, or no, it was like seventh or eighth grade or something like that when he moved away. And back in the 80s, when you move 20 minutes away, you might as well move on the other side of the freaking planet, because that's a long distance phone call. And my parents were a big hell no on making long distance phone calls. And like, you didn't drive your kids, but like 20 minutes away. They played with the friends that were around them,
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we didn't see each other for probably like 20 years, and then through the magic of the internet and Facebook, we found each other, and I invited him we had a picnic at Courtney's aunt's house, and I invited him there. And I mean, I think I had like a little panty dropper mustache, and he had a little bit of peach fuzz. And he was telling me about a couple projects that he had going on, and we got following, each other on Facebook and started paying more attention to each other. And then, he got the Mad Viking thing going, and of course, anything that I wanted to support him in any way I could. So I jumped on the page, and again, still was just rocking that like panty dropper mustache, and I started noticing some stuff happening in the page that got me wanting to be a lot more involved than just, making a comment here and there and liking some stuff. There was a guy that he was traveling, and he ran out of gas, and he put up where he was at, and I want to say it was probably like maybe 10, 15 minutes. And there were already people reaching out to him saying, I grabbed my gas can, I'm on my way. And none of these people knew each other from a hole in the wall. And just because of the association in the group and the vibe that you got from the group, people were jumping up, leaving whatever they had going on to go help somebody out, because it's the right freaking thing to do. And that was the big hook in my mouth that really sucked me into the, not just the fact that I was supporting Jay. I thought it was genuinely really freaking cool to see that the feelings that some of the people that knew each other well had for each other was contagious to people that didn't know each other at all. Meeting strangers, that you've never met before, just because you're in that area. I mean, I love doing that kind of shit. I know that for probably about good solid 10, 12 years, every time we came back home to the Pittsburgh area, we would put up posts on Facebook or whatever saying, hey, we're in the area. Anybody want to go out and, grab a beer or something and meet up with us? And the result was not very good ever. There was the occasional person that would come out. But for the most part, and ironically, one of the people that would usually come out ended up being in the Beard Club anyway. It's Israel, because we went to high school together. But then I got involved in Mad Viking, and I would do the same thing, but I would post on the Mad Viking page, and every time I came home, somebody would come out and meet up with me, or somebody would invite me to something. So it was amazing to see that, like, people that you grew up with, knew for like 15 plus years, maybe longer, and can't get any result out of. But then I got into this group, and and people I've met twice. You know, every time I come home, that's how Brandon and I got so close. I would come home and Brandon would be like, yeah, I'll meet you for a beer or whatever, you know? And now, like, his family is come and stayed at my house. We went vacation with them down at the beach, you know? It's amazing what these little interactions can turn into.
I agree, man. Like, I was thinking about that the other day, and because I remember you telling me, you know, the story about the gas can, and one of the first things that hit me was I do the same thing. I go when I come back home to visit. I'm like, hey, we're in town for the weekend, you know, down in Tennessee, and people that I grew up with, like, I almost get no response out of. But the moment we said we were headed up the Eastern Seaboard, like everybody kind of came out of the woodwork. You and Courtney being the first ones to be like, "Hey, come stay with us." You know, you're going to be in the area, and that's one of the things I love about the family that we have is, you know, just exactly what you were talking about. What's up, Yukon? Is that we all try to band together no matter what. We all want to just try to fellowship and communicate and be involved. So now, since you're going to judge this weekend, I already know a little bit about what your favorite category is, but got to ask the question: what's your favorite category, and what drew you to it?
My favorite category is definitely Whiskerinas, either or, natural or creative. I just the only close second would be freestyle, but just the effort put in by the ladies creating the beards is like tremendous compared to the effort that we have to put into ours. And I know that a lot of us, you know, groom quite well and pay very particular attention to our facial fur, but it just there's something different between it shooting out of your face and you dealing with it in the best way that you can, and it coming from your brain and them putting it in the 3D reality.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I've actually been trying to encourage Haley into getting into it. She's very much. It's funny because like she's very much an introverted person. She loves the Whiskerina category. It's one of my favorite categories as well. I love the creative side of it, and trying to kind of get some things going. Says we got.
I think people need to push my wife into this. I don't know. She's like so like no, and I'm like, but and then you see her at the comps, and she's clearly not shy.
No.
And she's half dressed up anyway, so she might as well just freaking throw a beard on and go for it.
Let me see. Are you guys having any issues hearing us? I hear you fine. I got a comment in one of the comments in there said there was no volume. Just double checking. See if we can get something in there. That awesome thing, Scott.
As far as I can tell, I seem to have pretty good service and stuff.
Yeah, so do I. That was always my concern about doing these out here at the hotels is whether I've got decent cell reception and whatnot. Okay. Thanks, Kyle, for letting me know. Did you see that comment from Andrew? Hey, look at that awesome
Yeah,
pin.
I tried to turn it so it was.
You take the hat off, Scott. Come on now.
Wait. Why is
Up. I see one. There it is. There it is,
we
right
go.
there. Whiskey gives us supreme. We got some man Viking in the house tonight. Mr. Nick Mott jumping in. I actually don't have my Perks pin with me tonight. I actually have my Oddfellows pin. I got to figure out where the camera's at as well.
It's tricky.
Yeah, my Captain America shield. The good point about yes, I have my Perks pin on my other Black Rose Peaky at home. So this is my work hat. So I I didn't want to put the pin over there and then run the risk of losing it. I've got like 20 of these Oddfellows pins though. So, and then of course, while we're talking about it, since we're both wearing Boston Scullies tonight, if you guys haven't checked out, they've got some new hats coming out here soon. I don't know if you saw it, Scott, the Gridiron, which is the Thanksgiving hat coming.
I might have.
It's a patchwork style, and it's killer. Should be releasing here in the next few weeks. But if not, go onto the website, check it out. Use code BeardedRook to get you 15% off on the website and get you taken care of. We'll go back into questions here in a minute. Kind of see what people think. We're actually talking about potentially doing a Bearding Without Borders hat pin, long view tattoo. That's badass.
Longevity. That's
Longevity.
Denny's shop.
Is that
That's
Denny's?
Denny's shop. Mm-hmm.
I actually got to get with Denny so I can get my appointment set up for a couple of tattoos here in the next few months. But no, just so you guys know, and I'll put it out there as a teaser, me and Scott are talking about putting together a Bearding Without Borders hat pin for you Scully Cap fans.
Yeah, you can use it.
So if you guys are interested in that, definitely jump in and let us know, so we can kind of start working out the details of that. I'm excited to get some done for sure.
It'll be of the same quality of the perks pin.
Perks. Other side, brother. Other side. There we go. And I love that perks pin. That's why I didn't want to lose it. Yeah, if you guys have not checked it out, if you guys are just kind of jumping in now, we did a recap video at the very beginning of the episode. Definitely go check it out if you get a chance. It's about Monsters Ball. I kind of want some good, honest feedback on it. Something we've been kind of trying to piece together for a little over a week now. So, let's see. Perks pin for sale too. Yeah, if you guys are interested in getting a perks pin, reach out to Nick Mott. They still have some for sale, and get you guys squared up on that. They're really quick about shipping it out as well. So what's the most what category are you looking forward to besides Whiskerina this weekend at Beards Away?
It would definitely be freestyle.
Freestyle. You hear that, Andrew? He's talking about your category.
I mean, again, that's effort. I've done freestyle maybe twice or something like that, and it's not freaking easy. And I definitely burnt myself several times.
Maybe we should do a Santa Claus competition at the end of this year.
Wrestling or just like?
I mean, we could. I mean, yes.
Like me? Are we talking about me and Stubing throwing down or what?
Look, all I'm saying is you and Stubing in a wrestling ring, like best Santa wins.
Oh man, that's not good for him. I got some weight and he's got some years on me, so I don't see it ending well for him.
I don't know. He's a little scrappy. So he might be the underdog in this situation.
He comes out in that Speedo, and I'll be distracted enough that he might be able to get in an attack.
He borrows Barefoot's banana hammock and just comes running out there.
No,
So-
you need a Santa version one where it's a candy cane instead of a banana.
Oh no, Nick Mock's got the best one right there. Milk and Cookies wrestling match.
There we go.
I'm all about it. Special guest referee.
Oh shit.
So I mean, maybe we could do that. Maybe that's something that the show will do this December. Is we'll actually do a best Santa costume contest.
So speaking of a accidental segue, I just got off the phone probably about 10 minutes before we got started with a guy who is he's like a big Santa, like 13 years Santa, And I'm going to be doing the Polar Express Santa Claus at the legendary B&O Railroad.
That's amazing. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it's gonna. There's apparently there's like a group of them that and you work railroad cars and you get on and off and basically he said you work like 12 minutes an hour, but you wait till that certain part of the time, like right after they give out the cookies and hot cocoa in the movie. Then I guess you come in, you walk through. He said it's usually about 80 people that can be in the cars. You walk through, do some pictures, wave. Well, then they cue you to like leave, and then you leave and get off the train and go hang out for a little bit until your next shift comes up. And but it's something different, and it's pretty cool, and it's gonna pay for a trip for Courtney and I to go to French Quarter and New Orleans after she gets all healed up.
You got to let us know when you guys go. We may have to double date or something to go down, because that's another one of Haley's bucket list places.
Well, we're going with another couple, but we could definitely discuss it.
Is that Terps and Lexi?
No, it's actually one of Courtney's friends from school and her man. We got to talking about it the other night when we were playing spades, and everybody was like, "Ooh!" And it's one of my bucket list things. I said I don't need to do Mardi Gras, but I want to go down there, And we were
Mardi
checking.
Gras cool, but I would rather go in the off season.
Yeah, I was. There's the pros and cons, and to me, I was like, I was not feeling it. We were looking at the end of January.
Okay. I mean, we're going to be passing through that way on our way out to You Matter 2.
Where's that at?
That's going to be in LaGrange, Texas. Put on by. I want to say that's put on by.
Sorry.
No, it's put on by the Beard Mob guys down there. You Matter 2 is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually really excited for that. I'll have some guests on coming up in December to talk about You Matter as well.
When is that?
January 21st.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that would be tough for you then, because it would literally be the next weekend that we would be doing New Orleans.
March be a good time for the French Quarter. I mean, the biggest thing is you got to remember, if you're in the off season, if you take off your shirt, Scott, they're not going to give you beads. They're more likely to give you a fine.
How if I take off my pants?
I mean,
how about if I lift my kilt?
See what happens.
I'll just lift my kilt. I'll just show my ass.
Pictures or it didn't happen is all I'm going to say. So
I'm pretty sure at the warehouse, that Monsters Ball that year, my ass was definitely exposed more than once.
The hell with pants. I think that's going to be a great trip, and I know that you guys are going to really enjoy the time down there. And it's a good time. It's a good thing you're going in like January, where it's not going to be near as humid. I mean, Yukon can probably vouch. Like, there's only probably a good few times of the year to really go down there and deal with Louisiana heat. So.
I didn't even honestly. I looked to see what the drive was, and then I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like 17 hours. I was like, "Damn, that is more." I drove across the country twice, like that way, the long ass way, and it's amazing how certain spots you don't really realize how much ground you're covering until you freaking either do it or pull it up on like MapQuest or whatever the hell, and be like, whoa, that's a little further than I thought it was.
And a lot of it has to do on the routes you got to take to get there. Like, it's, I deal the same thing with my work. They look at a screen and they'll tell you that, it only looks like it's about 30 minutes away. And it's like, yeah, it's actually an hour and a half, because there's a giant mountain you got to go around to get there. So, even Yukon says that January is definitely still cool, and it's a little hot, but not too hot. So, I mean, January is a good time for y'all to go.
Well, it's funny because when I was looking, I did the whole, check the weather down there at that time of year because some of the spots that were one of the spots that popped up it had a really pimp ass pool and shit. And I was like, is this? And it was, it was a little more expensive, but it was a really cool pool. And I was like, wait a minute, is it like pool weather or is it not pool weather? And it's not pool weather.
Yeah, that's always the thing about the South. So, but since we're talking about pools and kind of to segue in, charities, of course, are a big part of what we do. And I know Maryland, Delaware is always involved in something. You guys did the belly flop contest for 24 hours.
Well, we did the belly flop. We did the 24-hour polar bear plunge.
That's what it was. Yep. Okay.
Which was inspired by, so I think Courtney did it and we started doing it with her as like for fun. And then we decided, well, Brian jumped in and a few other people jumped in, and we I think it was maybe year one that we did it, and that might have been our first charity event to get us going as a chapter too. And then a few years into it, Brian and I actually got the honor of doing the real super plunge, which is once every 24 hours it's a bunch of people. It's a whole production. And it was cool. We raised about, I want to say between $6,000 and $8,000. And we did it in, like, a lot of the people do it year round. As soon as the one ends, they start doing it for the next year. And they do like elaborate stuff. The objective, I think, is for each participant to raise at least $10,000 each. We went into it they wanted to try something different. We were trying to do like Facebook Live and try to like kind of telethon as we went, right, and see if we could get people interested in what we were doing and to donate money as it went. And it really did not work out as well as we had hoped because of stupid Facebook and Sony and that crap. There was music playing in the background. So we'd get started and it'd get in about like 30 seconds and then it would shut all audio off on us. So basically it's like Brian and I, like, and people going, what the fuck are they saying? They look really excited, but I cannot read lips. I have no clue what they're saying. So yeah, that didn't work out exactly how we wanted it to, but it was a really cool experience. I remember one point in time, Brian and I were sitting in the hot tub with one of the Special Olympics athletes, just talking and listening to them talk about the experience and how much they appreciate us being involved and how they're most of the Special Olympics Olympians that I met there, they're so freaking innocent. They are so pure and fantastic, and like any conversation with any one of them just made you feel fantastic having the conversation.
Right. Man, I do once again want to thank you guys. Thank you for coming on and, everything you guys do. Going to kind of start moving towards kind of wrapping up for the night. We can always do another one at some other point. I do want to ask you, what's next for you guys? I know that you guys have something coming on soon, like talent show wise.
Yes, we do. We have, I think it's called Who's Got Talent? And it will be a talent show for all ages. I think we have 5 different categories. I don't remember them off the top of my head. But gives it a little bit of variety of different people to be able to display different talents. It should be a lot of fun. I don't really have any talents to display, but I feel like I need to come up with something. I I tried twerking, but I was told it's really not as good as what I thought it was. I back to the drawing board on my talents.
I mean, axe throwing.
Yeah, I don't end up hurting somebody. No, actually, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. We did Courtney's 40th birthday. We did an axe throwing place, and it was pretty fun. It took a minute before I was like borderline getting frustrated with it, and then all of a sudden, I found that like, okay, here we go. Shit's starting to stick for me.
I will say that I've seen you wield an axe, and you've got a hell of an arm on you. So that door stood no chance.
I still haven't fixed that damn thing.
There's a video that I think me, Scott, and maybe Courtney are the only ones who have it. I don't know how many other people you've sent it to, but there is a video of Scott driving an axe through the door of his little shed that he's got out there when we were playing around.
The Mad Viking axe.
Yep. And we did a quality test on the Mad Viking edition axe, and I will tell you, thing is definitely sharp. What's up, Lexi? So she had a killer Whiskerina beard at Monsters Ball. Lexi did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she remembers that much, but she.
Well, funny story. Courtney says. I said, I tried to get pictures with you with the photographer, and she's like, oh, well, she kept telling me she had something else going on, and then like I said something to her the next day, and she goes, there was a photographer there, and like a real photographer, and she's like, I thought you just meant like you wanted to go get a picture, and I'm like, no, I wanted to go get like pictures with the photographer. And then later on that night, she comes into me and shows me the montage of pictures of her and Lex together, back with Jeffrey Mustache. And I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So you got pictures with the photographer, but did not know the photographer was there.
So I got a funny story about Lexi. She kept getting her cape tangled up with her beard.
Yeah.
And I had to help her make adjustments. And I love you to death, Lexi. You're honestly one of my favorite people. But like getting you to hold still for 5 damn minutes for me to be able to make these adjustments was definitely a task in itself. So you were going squirrel mode. It was like, you're like, I need help fix this. I'm like, I'm trying to. And then she's like, I need to go over here. I'm like, no, come back. I'm not done yet.
That's another thing that I love about our people, that our ladies and even the guys, they can let loose and not have to worry about any dumb shit. If there's not one person keeping an eye on them, there's 15 people keeping an eye on them.
Right. We all, we're all a family, and we all try to, take care of each other. So, and I'm definitely grateful for this family. Gonna get into our last question for the night, with the internet kind of being the way it is. On my side, I don't want to cause any hang-ups. Love you too, Alexi. She's over here. You're my favorite version of Gemma Teller, let me tell you. I asked you this earlier, and you're like, well, I don't have a guilty pleasure. So I'm going to just go ahead and flat out. What's your most embarrassing bearded moment, or in general?
Man. So I would have to, I don't know if there's been any really embarrassing bearded moments, because honestly, once I started getting into that stuff, like my embarrassment level kind of went, like, I see other people doing shit and I'm like, all right, if he can do it, I can do it, But I would have to say, there'd be two things. I can think of one thing whenever I was younger. When I was a freshman in college, I played for the soccer team, and I was dared or told by the seniors to go stand in front of these two guys. They were brothers. They were having a drinking contest, and I was supposed to go stand between them, buck ass naked. There was probably about 40-ish people there, and I was doing pretty good that night. And I'll be damned if I didn't strip down and go stand right between them and put my arms right around both of them, bare ass naked. And I got beers thrown all over me, but I did it. And it was definitely not a Kodak moment. But fuck it.
I mean, sometimes you just got to say that, right? You know.
Hey, and you know, fuck it. Having a little bit of fun, being a little bit crazy, it's part of life.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up on this. Any final words that you want to go ahead and throw out there?
Mad love to everyone. I'm always there if anybody needs to talk or has any questions about anything club related, life related, whatever. I mean, if I don't have the answer, I'll be straight and tell you I don't have the damn answer. But I love to help anybody I can. Be ready for Monsters Ball next year. Number 10, the 10th, the big.
Yep. I'm so ready for it, and me and Haley have already started trying to mark out, time. We're just waiting on a location. I'll just go ahead and throw that out there. Wait on a location so we can figure out where we're booking.
I think there's a lot of people that have an idea of what the location is, but the official announcement has not been made, and I'm not going to be the one to make it.
No, I don't know about that. So,
but I know that venues are being researched, and there's going to be some toured sooner than later. And the objective, from what I understand, is to have a venue picked by the end of December.
That's good to know.
So
bring it home, as Lexi put it out there. All right, brother, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up on the show. Sit in the background for me for a few minutes. We'll talk after this, and we'll just kind of wrap up. Mad love, brother, and I will see you in a few. All right, guys, thank you for tuning into the show tonight. I know the internet kind of jumped in and out a little bit, but we got it in. Going to just do some quick cleanups. Don't forget, on Sunday, we actually have been working with the Sinning on Sundays podcast and the Sinners. They are doing a raffle for Scott and Billy Turner, aka Jaeger. Billy had an accident a few weekends ago now, and the car was totaled. And as much as they've done for our community, we wanted to do something back and give them and try to help out. I think the count is up to like 10 different raffles going on at once. Tickets are $5 a piece. It's shared out on our page. If you get a chance, go check out the Sinning on Sundays page. It's on there as well. They'll be drawing for it this weekend. It's an insane list of stuff that they have on there. So please go check that out. Also this weekend, we have Mad Viking Indiana chapter is doing their 5K run on Saturday. If you get a chance, it's going to be out in Columbus. I think it's in the Columbus, Indiana area. Myself and Haley, my wife, will be out there. We are a sponsor for the 5K. We're going to come out there and try to hand out waters and just kind of be there for support, because my big ass ain't going to be running no 5K this year. But we're going to. But then, of course, we got that, and then Mad Viking Kentucky chapter actually has their highway cleanup coming up on the 19th. We will be out in Western Kentucky doing our highway cleanup. If you guys are free and you want to come hang out, please come hang out with us, help us clean up and do something good for the community. Other than that, we also have our bundle stickers. We're still doing a little bit of the pre-order. I'm going to let it run probably for about another week. I've already given out some. I got a small order in, and then we're going to wrap this up next week, and then we'll see about doing those. And we have our T-shirts that are up for pre-order, of course, right now. What's up, Chris? We got our it's going to be a specific shirt just for November, and it's our BWB. It's kind of a play on wrestling. If you look in the background, it's a little bit of a wrestling ring kind of look going on. Some things we're going to be teasing maybe about another guest coming up here soon to talk about some certain things. But the T-shirt pre-orders are up $20 for the shirt, no matter the size, and that includes shipping. Running the stellar deal on that. The link's on the page. If you guys are interested in getting one, you send your money, your size, and your address to the beardingwithoutborders@gmail.com PayPal, and that way we can get you set up. Other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Remember, no matter what you do, always strive forward to leave a legacy. Have a good night.